Hello, today we are talking about mental health, especially how to deal with anxiety and overcome anxiety. Anxiety is one of the biggest reasons for people seek therapy. If you watch until the end, you're going to get great understanding of how to deal with anxiety and tools to reduce anxiety so you can stay calm. So let's dive in. Welcome. I'd like to welcome every self-healer out there to my channel today. This is our virtual therapy session on how to deal with anxiety. Through our session together, you will get an idea what it's like to be in a therapy session, and you and I will develop action plan to reduce anxiety. Here's how we're going to have a session together. We're going to have a session as if we're having a conversation, as if we're exchanging ideas here. So I'm going to ask you a set of questions related to your anxiety, and I'll give you time, or you can pause the video to think about your thoughts, think about your feelings around my questions. It'll be a good idea to have a pen and paper handy so you can write down your answers. You know what's even better? You can say out loud. So whatever floats your boat, you can go with that. It is your choice. Alright, let's talk about your anxiety. What brought you here today? In other words, what do you wish to get out of this therapy session? And I'll give you time here to think about that. Obviously, we're having a conversation about anxiety. Have you ever diagnosed with the anxiety disorders, such as generalized anxiety disorder, social anxiety disorder, panic disorder, agoraphobia, or other specific phobias? Therapy is like a partnership with yourself. Through your self-partnerships, you're going to work on your goals. So let's talk about your goals. So obviously we're talking about anxiety here, right? So, anxiety feels different depending on the person who experiences it. Can you tell me at least 3 goals that you want to work on related to your anxiety? For example, you can say decreasing anxiety around your relationship issues, decreasing performance anxiety at work, or decreasing the frequency of anxiety attack or panic attack. And I'll give you time here. For each goal that you mention, can you describe specifically how your life would be different if you were to achieve that goal? For example, if I were to reduce my performance anxiety at work, I'd be able to assert myself at work, I'd be able to socialize with my colleagues without having panic attack, I'll be able to use my tools to deal with my anxiety in public setting. And I'll give you time here. And in our work together, I want to have a specific, measurable outcomes. So I like to use this inventory called GAD-7, Generalized Anxiety Disorder 7. GAD-7 measures the severity of signs of anxiety, such as breathing rapidly, difficulty control worrying, feeling tense or restless, trouble concentrating, and so on and so forth. I want you to fill out this inventory at least once a week so you get an idea whether your anxiety is decreasing or increasing or about the same. And you'll get an idea of what anxiety symptoms you're likely to experience. In order to feel calm, in order to reduce our anxiety, it is important to be aware of your symptoms. Let's get further into your anxiety. How long have you been suffering from anxiety? When is the onset of your anxiety? Can you tell me about that? When did your anxiety start affecting you negatively, at work or at home? Can you tell me about that as well? I'm curious about your triggers. Can you tell me your triggers for your anxiety? For example, triggers can be medical issues, social situations, work stress, relationship issues, domestic violence, financial concerns, lack of safety, or some trauma that you experienced in the past. I'll give you time here to make a list of your triggers that you're aware of. So take your time. Switching gears, let's talk about your coping skill. What do you do to deal with anxiety? In other words, what do you do to relax? Or what do you do to distract yourself from anxiety? And I'll give you time here again. To help you identify your coping skill, I like to point out that there are generally 2 techniques in terms of coping with anxiety. One is behavior techniques such as walking away from the problems or situations, listening to music, exercising, laying in bed, taking a nap, playing video games, deep breathing, the list goes on. So behaviorally, what are you doing to cope with your anxiety? Can you tell me about that? The other one is cognitive or thinking techniques, such as thinking about the positive things or other options, brainstorming about the possible solutions, saying positive affirmation to yourself, or making a to-do list, praying, the list goes on. So let's think about your coping skill that you do behaviorally or cognitively in your thinking, and I'll give you time here. We need to have actionable strategies and skills here in order to overcome your anxiety. In my clinical experience, working with the clients with the various anxiety-related issues, one thing that I noticed is that having a physical and somatic awareness is one of the key elements in healing. We describe our emotions based on our physical sensations sometimes. Oh, I have a headache. My hands are shaking. My heart is very heavy today. I have a butterfly in my stomach. I have a cold feet. We describe our emotions in reference to our physical sensations. I believe that we need to regulate our body first in order to regulate our mind, our thinking process. So this is the order I suggest you. Because we spend a lot of times analyze the situation or think about the negative and positive things while our body is not ready to cooperate with our mind. Our mind and body coexist together. We cannot negate one over the other. So I like to present to you this self-holding exercise for your self-regulation through your body, so you can enhance the mind and body connection or body and mind connection. So this self-holding exercise is to help you scan your body from head to toe and give your body time to regulate itself. So again, we are not forcing our body to regulate, we're just giving our body time to regulate it naturally and organically. To give you a little bit of background of this self-holding exercise, this self-regulation exercise is developed by Dr. Peter Levine, who's the founder of somatic experiencing. The idea behind somatic experiencing is to regulate our nervous system in order to regulate our mind. So again, our body and mind coexist together. The goal of this exercise is to give your body to calm down your nervous system, the fight or flight response, and raise your body awareness. We cannot feel relaxed when our body is not relaxed. You can have all these positive ideas, all this motivation in your mind, but if your hands are shaking, you're like tensed up, it doesn't make sense that you're physically, emotionally relaxed or calm. I like to say that our body gives us factual information. My hands are shaking, pounding heart, I have a headache, I have a tense back. Those are the factual information for us to identify our mood, right? Whereas our mind can sometimes send false information because our mind is operated by imagination. Let's say I'm seeing a door opening and my mind imagine, oh, someone's gonna attack me, someone's gonna rob me. Again, this is imagination, the mind giving us false information. Alright, let's practice together. I want you to get into your comfortable position. You can sit down or lay down or stand up, whatever is comfortable for you. Go ahead. And I want you to close your eyes partially or fully. I want you to take one hand on the forehead and I want you to place the other hand on your heart. And remain your eyes closed. And I want you to think about a mildly anxious moment that you had recently and to see how your body responds to that memory. Okay, notice that. You're just noticing it without judging it or changing it. And now bring your attention to the hand on your forehead and notice any sensation on the hand non-judgmentally with the curiosity. Notice that. There you go. Just be with your hand. And now bring your attention to the hand on your heart and then notice any sensation on your hand non-judgmentally and with curiosity. There you go. Be with your hand. You don't have to do anything, you're just observing. There we go. There we go. Now, let's switch. Let's go inside of your body, between your hands. Notice any sensation on your forehead, face, neck, shoulders, chest. How do those body parts feel? Do they feel tense, soft, fidgety, or comfort? Let's notice that with curiosity. Just be with those sensations and wait until they make any shift or change in your body. And notice how you breathe. There you go. Just stay in your body. And take the hand from your forehead and place it onto your belly now. And notice your hands or sensation where your hands are placed. You can give yourself time to notice that. Is it relaxed or tense? Warm? Is it relaxed, tense, warm, cool, heavy, or tingling? Let's describe that with curiosity. Again, you don't have to do anything about it. You're just noticing it. Just like you're in a car ride and you're watching a scenery. Let's just notice that from a distance. Again, wait until there's a shift or change in your body. Just be with your body. Time to notice and regulate whatever is going on inside and outside. And then bring your attention to what's going on inside of your body between your hands. Notice any sensation on your whole upper body, chest, belly, your arms, your fingers, and your back. Let's notice that. Just wait until your body is ready to make any shift or change. Just be with that. Now take your both hands and place them on the both sides of your thighs. Just gently press your thighs. Notice your both hands or sensation where your both hands are placed. Again, let's be curious. Let's be observant. You don't have to do anything. Just let it be and notice it. Again, allow your body to let whatever happens happen. Your body can regulate whatever sensation inside and outside of your body. Let's be faithful with our body. And notice how you breathe. And I want you to count to 3 and slowly open your eyes and take a deep breath and bring your attention back to the room. Alright, so extra step that I do is I like to grab my ankles. I like to scan my whole body using my hands, my forehead, chest, belly, thighs, and my ankles. So how was your experience with self-holding exercise? Please leave a comment below about the shift or change that you notice just being with your body. I usually give my body 5 or 10 minutes or longer until I really notice any shift. I'm curious what specific body parts were able to regulate tension or discomfort. What body parts were stable and relaxed? I'm curious about that. And I'll give you time here to notice any tension or relaxation in your body now. If you still notice any tension or discomfort, what got in the way of releasing it? And were you able to get out of your mind and just be with your body? In other words, do you feel safe in your body and your environment now? The two key concepts of this exercise is sense of safety in your body and sense of present moment with your body. Through this simple exercise, it takes about 5 or 10 minutes, you can have a better relationship with yourself and approach your body and mind with the 2C, compassion and curiosity. Here's my suggestion. Between now and next session, I encourage you to practice this self-holding exercise 2 or 3 times a day in a neutral setting or neutral mood. And then describe your mood 2 to 3 times a day on a scale of 0 to 10. 0 being physically, emotionally neutral, and then 10 being the most anxious you can feel. Again, it is important to set some time to check in with yourself and practice this coping skill for your anxiety. As a result, eventually you'll be able to overcome your fear and anxiety and develop new healthy habits. And this healing journey with you will continue. So in our next session, we're going to review your progress and we'll be talking about mindfulness. We're going to have an ongoing action plan to deal with anxiety so that you can live your life fully and wholeheartedly. Take care of yourself and do your healing every day. I will see you in our next session together.